I have a PSA. There's a difference between using AI generated copy and content and AI curated copy and content. If you're kind of interested in what I'm talking about, AI content is on the rise and you want to get better at using it, then definitely stick around for this video. Hey, my name is Lynette Renee Dobie and I'm a professional ghostwriter, and I am here to help as many people as I can learn how to write more effectively, get comfortable with writing, and also I coach ghostwriters who are interested in getting into this very fulfilling line of work. If you're new to the channel, this is Right Way Consulting. And also, I want you to go ahead and do something for me, especially if you're new. Like this video, hit subscribe to this channel. And at the end, if you got some value, then please do not be a gatekeeper. This is a gatekeeping free zone. Share it with someone in your network who you think it can help. So I will give you a second to do that. I'm going to review the outline of this video because I don't want to miss anything, and then we'll get started. All right, thank you so much for doing that. So essentially, AI generated content is straight from the model. You put a prompt in, and if you're not familiar with what a prompt is, it's instructions that you give the AI generative model, whether it's ChatGPT, DeepSeek, there's a whole plethora, there's Claude, there's so many out there. Whichever one you choose to use, Gemini is one as well. If you just put in a prompt and you just let it go, and you copy and paste it, and you put it into your copy or whatever that you're working on, straight no chaser, that's the true AI generated copy. What I want to talk about is something that's going to be a little bit more effective, something more human. It's going to be AI curated content, and that is using that generative AI output, but making it more human and making it sound more relatable and sound like something that we would say if we really had written it out ourselves completely. Because AI is a tool, it's a way of the future. I really do think it's going to change the game. It's changing the game right now as I'm making this video. There'll be a new development tomorrow, I'm sure. So I'm gonna make sure that you know how to do it properly, because I picked up a couple of different tells that let me know that someone has used AI to generate their copy, and I'm gonna share them with you. So here are the top 4 tells that I've noticed, and I'm gonna share them with you so that way your copy will be nice and tight. Number 1, repetitive language. Let me tell you, AI is good about repeating some stuff. Now, repetitive language can be used stylistically, but it should be seldom. It shouldn't be every single sentence. So what I did was I had a prompt for my AI. I used DeepSeek for this video, and I told it to help me write a letter to my landlord, an email to my landlord, because my neighbors, true story, they sometimes can get a little bit loud. So I have to kind of get someone involved in that. And so I put in a prompt, help me write an email. And I told it to be repetitive because I wanted to be repetitive, it was trying not to do it. So I made it purposefully be repetitive, but it says the noise is loud, the noise is constant, the noise is disruptive. Though this is an exaggerated account, it really does do this when I have it generate copy for me for other things. So the way that you fix this is you pay attention to the repetitiveness, and then you make it sound more conversational and you make it sound more human. I've talked about this in other videos. Whenever you write anything, you definitely want to make sure that you read it aloud to make sure that it sounds like it's flowing well and it doesn't seem robotic and it doesn't seem choppy. And that's with or without AI. That's in general. You want to make sure that you're ensuring that you are creating copy that sounds like it could be spoken. So that's how you eliminate that. Number 2, strange grammar and punctuation. Prior to generative AI being the rage, man, I used to love a good M-dash. I used to use it stylistically. I used to really just appreciate its presence within my copy and my content. Now I can't use the dash because AI uses it so much. It proliferates the copy with M-dashes. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so now, even if it's something that I've written completely 100% on my own, I'm hesitant to use the M-dash because AI has literally change the game on that. So you want to really rectify this by making sure that there aren't any unnecessary M dashes or mid dashes, the regular dash or whatever into the copy, because that's a telltale sign that the computer has generated that content and you have not. All right, moving right along. For number 3, you want to make sure that the model is consistent with tone and style, because it has a tendency to be inconsistent. There is a tone when it comes to writing. Just like there's a tone when you speak, there's a tone in your writing as well. So with AI, they have a tendency, because they don't have much context for who it is that you're speaking to, you're making the content for. If you have not trained it to have that context, it doesn't have it. And so what you find is that within one sentence, the tone can change, the pacing can change, different aspects change, and people are like, this doesn't feel right. So I had my AI model do another sentence, and here's what it came out with. It says, I hope the email finds you doing well. Just a quick note, my neighbors are loud. Like, why? Please fix this now, in all caps. Within that sentence, we have 3 different shifts in tone. Number 1, it was cordial with the greeting. Number 2, still a little cordial, but getting a little bit edgy. And then number 3, we went into all caps. Please fix this now. Now, AI isn't this bad. This is an exaggerated example, but I still want you to see how it can kind of escalate fairly quickly. So you want to make sure that the tones are consistent, because when we're conversing with each other, whether it's in written form or we're physically speaking to each other, we try to kind of stay in the same tone. So if I were to be doing this video and then all of a sudden I start talking like this, you'd be like, wait, what's happening? Where's the shift? So you don't want that to be within your written content as well. Next, AI has a tendency not to have any personal touch or emotions when you copy it straight from your prompt. No chaser and no zhuzhing to it, no fixing to it. There's no soul in the writing. I asked the model to tell me about its day. Now, typically I don't personify AI because it's not a person, but I just wanted to give a severe example so you all could see. So this thing gave me the output was a whole diary entry. And so it start of its day it was dawn of the bots. And it was talking about how it began a meeting with other bots about how it's going to take over. It was a little interesting, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. But as you can see, there's no conceptualization of what a human star of the day is. When we wake up, first thing we do is go to the bathroom, brush our teeth, hydrate, meditate, pray, whatever we sort of do. But it was like, no, it goes straight to domination. That's because it's not a human. And so it's not going to be able to put that personal touch. It's not going to, be able to say, I made breakfast for my family, had orange juice, because of course, once again, it's not human, but it still doesn't even have the context to even kind of mimic what we do. So that is why it's so important for us to put ourselves into the content that it generates for us. So just be on the watch for that and make sure that your requests are logically sound, and then whatever the AI model puts out, you can make better. And then lastly, a lot of the times copy that is generated by the AI, it lacks depth. They can spit out facts all day long. They can tell you what happened in 2012, the whole year, but it's very robotic and it's very It has the kind of syncopation to it that's just the regurgitation of facts. It doesn't have much context. It doesn't know, sometimes it will say things like, well, do you want this to be juxtaposed to what's going on in today's society politically now or something like that? But it is a reservoir of facts and not so much of persuasion, if that makes sense. So especially if you're using this for business purposes, you want to make sure that the copy is A, factual for sure, but also B, relatable and readable. Because no one wants to read, this happened on this date, They want to have a little context to it. They want to have a little bit of rhythm to it. They want to have some feeling to it. So if you eliminate all 5 of those tells from your AI curated content and copy, then you will definitely see some synergy with your reader and your audience. So if you have any questions about that and you want to go deeper into that, I'm super excited to announce that's a service that I'm now offering. I teach individuals how to make their AI of choice, but in particular ChatGPT for now, sound like them. It's going to help create more time for you because you aren't going to be spending 4 or 5 hours like I used to on content for the week if you're posting on LinkedIn or whatever social media platform is your preference. You're going to be able to get out that copy quicker, and it's going to sound like you have a really cool way in which I do that. So if you're interested in learning more about it, go to my website. You all know it by now, but if not, I'm going to tell you again, www.rightwayconsulting.net, and that's WRITE, wayconsulting.net. Once again, and you can definitely fill out an inquiry form and we can communicate, and I'll see how I can be of assistance to you, because I'm really feeling like we don't need to get left behind in this AI revolution. So that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some really good information from it. Once again, this is Lynette Renee Dobie, professional ghostwriter and writer, and I look forward to seeing you in the next upload. Happy writing and happy content creating. See ya. Bye.